Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to talk about being alone. And obviously, for starters, we are social beings, and being around other humans is obviously going to be very important to us. And there's a time and a place for that, of course, but there's also the time to be alone with your thoughts, with your feelings, and just process what's going on with your life, process what are the next steps you need to make in your journey. That can only be done when you're alone. When you're alone is when you can truly process and truly plan out your next steps in your life of how you're going to proceed moving forward in your family, your personal life as just an individual, um, your goals, your finances, your fitness. Like, this is where all of that information comes from. It comes from being alone, because this is where you have the time to process and just kind of get in your own headspace and really think about what are my next moves. And we are, social creatures, and so we are going to interact with the world around us, at least we should. And so obviously you're going to get um, feedback from the world you live in by being a part of it. People are going to present you with ideas. People are going to come to you with different concepts, different experiences, and just a whole bunch of new perspectives that give you stuff to think about. You know, it can be like someone comes to you with a cool business idea, or they see something that you're doing that can make money, and they, present that idea to you. You out enjoying yourself, and you meet a girl at a club, at a party, and then y'all start going on some dates, or even friends. You might meet a friend at that place that I mentioned, at those environments, and then y'all start hanging out. Life is going to present to you a multitude of opportunities, and it is our job as individuals to determine how we're going to move with the deck that life has presented to us. So, going back to those two analogies, if someone presents to you with a business idea, well, then that's on you to think about, okay, do I think this is something worth investing? Should I, maybe even tweak up my skills a little bit more and try to really make this into a business? Try to get some customers going and stuff like that. Or in the relationship, okay, me and this girl have been going out, a few times and all that. Or me and this dude that I've been hanging out with. And I'm looking at their patterns and all that, and I'm determining, do I want to proceed forward with these people? All of this can only be done when you're by yourself. It's like a feedback loop. The world presents you with ideas, opportunities, and even problems. That's one thing I forgot. Even problems. When you're out and about and you're engaging with the world around you, there might even be some problems that you have to face in life. But all these things come at you when you're engaging with the world around you. But then, again, you go back to your own space, your own environment, being alone. And this is where you plan out your next steps and all these things and how you're going to tackle the world that you live in and how you engage with it. So, man, that is why it is important to be by yourself, by your lonesome, because that is where all the thinking happens, the deep thinking, and just the planning out of your next ideas, man. If you don't have that alone time, you don't have time to fully process in a healthy way what your next step should be, man. So let's obviously engage with the world around us, but also make that time to be alone and process and make our next steps. Thank you.